West Senate for 17 years.
Nope. It's 6:30. I call the meeting to order. We're not recording video tonight because the camera decided not to work. But there's nothing to see but us anyway. Old business. I don't think we have anything there. Complete streets policy update. We did send the latest policy off to legal for them to tell us what it actually means. I haven't heard anything back yet. We'll let you know when we do. Hold on. Yep. Microphone.
I just wondered how the investment, you guys have made a decision on the investment policy.
Oh, we're going to talk about that later.
Number 5 is updated purchasing policy. Hey, Chris.
Okay, next up, accept CIP resignation. Ivy Bibler resigned from the CIP.
Yes, and I would like to make it clear that we as a board, and I hope I get you guys on board. George was not there for this. She made a giant scene and then wrote this scathing email that we were sexist and not constructive through satisfying the brotherhood goals. Because I, Bill, and Andy Paul asked for certain things. I asked for her to apologize for her outbursts in front of our employees and tax collector and town clerk, Kara, Stacy, and Elizabeth. And I think this board owes them an apology for them having to see this and go through this at a public meeting. There was no need for it. And I don't know what else we can do about it, but I would like to physically apologize to these 3 ladies. They were there to give us information for their budgets at this meeting, and it started off with a big fiasco, and the following meeting started off the same way. So again, I hope, and I'll make that motion to accept her resignation.
There a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I have apologized myself to all the our town employees personally that had to be subjected to this. Okay, our updated purchasing policy. Anybody got anything to say about that?
Yes.
Okay, hold on, I gotta find it.
Who came up with this thing?
Me.
Well,
So actually, George, this is one we had already that we never actually approved. And I tweaked it a little bit. And that was it.
well, for one thing, you're lucky if you get 3 vendors
Right.
to bid.
Yeah, we haven't gotten 3 vendors lately.
And a lot of times, if you have a company that has been doing business for your town for a number of years, you shouldn't have to put it out for 3 bids.
Yeah, well, the last paragraph is, I put in there to handle that.
I'm glad you put that in. I'll accept the, I would accept the exception.
Okay. Anybody got any other things we want to approve this?
I'm gonna abstain from approving it.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That's out of the way.
Number 4.
What'd you say?
We're on that right
Oh,
now.
I skipped that one. Hold on.
I believe this is what we just signed for,
Yeah, so somehow I skipped number 4. Approve Recreation Revolving Fund expense request. We have approved it.
Yeah, so what are we doing with this?
Just have to sign it.
I guess we have to approve it.
Okay, I'll make a motion. We approve the expenditure request.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, it's approved. We have a memo of understanding for splitting the cost of, for putting in writing what we've been doing all along, splitting the cost of the town well repairs between the town, the church and the store.
can I speak on that?
Yeah, go ahead, George.
The town owns the library. And Peggy gets water from the store that she supplies anybody that wants it. I think the town should pay for the total amount. Even if we have to take it out of unused funds, general fund,
Including the church portion?
yes. Cause the church contributes money to the.
Yeah,
town.
yeah.
I think they do the septic, don't they?
Yeah, they always pay half of the septic.
Half the
yeah,
septic. Of course, they,
'cause we share that septic with them.
Right,
right, they pay half the septic and 1/6 of the well.
so why are we nickel diming?
It's just the way we've always done it and they wanted it in writing. So now it's in writing.
Well, I object to it. I think the town should pay for the water.
Repair the
well.
well, all repairs to the well and
Yes, and I'll make that a
think?
motion.
And I would be okay with that, except for the church does have pumps underneath their building. And I'm not quite sure the purpose of it, but I believe it's to maintain the water pressure from down there to all the way up here. And they have always, taken care of that pump and those expenses with the town. I would be okay with the servicing the well shack that we have down by the municipal building. But I don't know that we want to, be fixing water for the church. Or any fixing of any water inside the building of the store.
Yeah, we've never done that though, have we, George? We,
Well, that'll be dividing it sometime. Now you're gonna have to put something that tells how much water is used outside and how much is used inside.
Right, and then we'd have to, then we'd
We
have
really
to,
like to complicate things.
then
Ken.
then we'd have to.
Why
bill
can't we
everything.
just pay for the damn thing? What are we talking? $100 or something?
Because
No, it was two-
two something would be the church's portion and two ninety, two.
Something like that.
you talk, well,
yeah, all those
Yeah.
well repairs. What was the total on that? Do you-
something for each, like Peggy's already paid me, I think it was 3 something.
Well, I can't say anything about Peggy, so.
Yeah.
Leave me out of that.
Yeah, it was a couple $1,000 for these repairs.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I don't care if the town wants to pay for it, the town can pay for it. We just had to budget that. But we want to do that contingency fund thing at town meeting. That would take care of something like this.
Well, a contingency fund along with a maintenance fund would be.
The maintenance fund, that's what I
Would be-
meant.
I had a motion on the floor
Yeah, what was it?
that the town pay for the expenses for the well.
Okay, is there a second?
I will second that because basically anything that had to be fixed is in our pump house.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Ken.
What about the septic though?
The septic is still gonna run the same way. I mean, we share it with the church
So we're gonna cover the whole,
and we've always had a 50-50 agreement with
Yeah,
them.
the church pays half, I believe.
okay, well, they want it in writing, so I'll modify this to come up with the septic. Yep,
The church, anytime of the.
You gotta use the microphone. I don't know why you keep talking.
Anytime there's an issue with the septic pump right here, we 50-50, but we actually pay for cleaning out the septic tank in front of the church. We do 100% of that. We just do that every 2 years,
Well,
just so we do make a contribution.
Yeah, I know.
And we're very grateful. Just has to be clear.
this up here is, the leach field,
Right.
and that down there is the septic tank. There's two different functions for each piece of the,
Turn it on.
septic system.
Yeah, real quick.
Turn it on, Peter.
There's a-
Speak to
Slide,
Mike.
slide switch.
There's a pump right here by the leach field and it busted a couple of years ago.
Mhm.
And we went 50-50 with it. So I'm just saying that we always go 50-50, anything to do with that. And we actually, the church actually cleans out the septic tank and we pay for that 100%. Just to be.
All right,
Very brief.
then we'll have to put that in, into an agreement with us and the church.
All right, I'll,
And then whatever else the church is, I mean, we plow Main Street, we. See, now we're getting it, I personally would like to just keep it the way we have it. Because if they want to have this in writing, then what do we do with plowing of Main Street in front of the church? What do we do with repairs of the street in front of the church? The church, does not, like the monks, gift us that portion of the tax due to maintain all those functions for them. So I don't know if I want to get
right. I mean,
into the war with that.
Historically, the road that goes in front of the town hall, church, and the store, that was the main street at one point.
right.
Right. And it still is, that is Main Street.
Right.
Yeah, so anyway, I mean, this has all been working for, God, I don't know what, 80 years, 50 years for sure, but apparently,
Do we really,
Used to be something around for those that come and go and don't know
yeah,
what the arrangements are, so it'd be good just to have whatever it is in writing.
yep. Okay, so anyway, I'll redo the thing for the septic and we'll leave everything else as we,
Okay, so
Yeah.
should I pay Peggy back the money that she paid me for the well?
I would,
For a portion of the well then?
Keep it this time.
yeah, this time we'll put it into
But then
effect.
is the church gonna pay theirs too?
Would be nice if they did, and then this will go into effect after this, but it really, I don't care. Okay. Okay, clerk software upgrade. Let's postpone this till our next meeting because I'm waiting on some information on that.
what are we waiting for?
Some more details on some pricing and how quick it can get done, and if we need to continue Clerk Works at all, pay them anything. And so, just do it next meeting, have everything ready by then.
Are we talking about the Avatar thing?
Yeah. Yeah, the
Weren't
Avatar,
there certain people in town that wanted it all put out to bid?
well, we put the assessing out to bid. The software is not out to bid because there's only two companies in the state that provide it, Avatar and Clerk Works. So if we have to get rid of Clerk Works, there really isn't anything to put out to bid. But anyway, So-
At the same time too, I'm afraid that this is gonna go on warrant. And it has nothing to do with warrant. It should be
yeah,
our responsibility to make sure that we are upgrading our software as we should.
yes, it is in the budget. So we're not planning on going to warrant.
Okay.
We're going to we'll approve it no later than 2 weeks from now. And they'll start the conversion. Okay, building permit, Wheelands.
Everything has been done. He's been to zoning. They have approved his variance. I don't know what happened to this fee worksheet, but
Yeah, that was an old one and is it on there? You had originally done that like a long time ago. I don't know what the fees are, but somebody will need to help me with that.
So this may not be right.
Did you have something you wanted to deal with tonight?
Nate?
Yeah.
You're gonna be talking about,
Oh, yeah, okay.
You're coming up. Real quick.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah, the 560 was, I don't know who did that, but yeah, somebody will need to just help see what the fees are supposed to be, but if you approve the permit, then Ken or Will or somebody can work on fees.
Yeah, I mean, I can do that. I was just confused by what was here.
I have big plans here that you don't have a copy of because they were too big to copy.
Yep. All right, I'll come down the next day or so and get them
Okay.
straightened out. Actually, I can do it right here. Should be 2,000 square feet. Times 0.20, because it's commercial, $400.
What did they have on here?
560. Well, they had something up there on first floor and something on a garage. And then they had commercial, but it's all commercial. There is no second floor, I don't believe. Not showing any second floor on these plans anyway. Yeah, that's all right. Well, this is just this is just a plot, but it's 40 by 50 is this right here, proposed building. So there's no second floor. There's no garage, because that's residential. It's all commercial.
I thought you just going 15 feet.
It's 15 feet is outside of the original
Right.
box mark, but the actual addition to the building is 40 feet by 50 feet,
Right.
which puts one corner 15 feet outside
Yeah.
of the building line. And they got the adjustment from, see, this is existing, so 40 times 50 is the building here. And I'll check to make sure there's no second floor, but at that, it's $400 for his building permit. There's no second floor.
I thought you'd already done that part.
No, I thought we did too, but. So motion to accept and sign the building permit for Wheelands Auto.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Rid of that one before I. This is not right.
What the,
This worksheet, this commercial is 10 cents. Commercial is 20 cents. Commercial is 20 cents. So I don't know where this, but yeah, but this is wrong.
Hi, Bill.
Find the master.
You're late.
Yeah, so
Update the master.
0.20 equals 400. 400. Okay. You want this with this?
On the website.
So that was 8. We're gonna do the lines next, or we're gonna do Chris next,
Let's do the lines. Let's take a second.
okay?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. This is for their annual 5K run, the chip run or peanut butter chip run, what is it?
Chip Chase.
Chip chase.
Motion to approve.
Yeah, we have to waive fees. They've all been signed off. They filled out an application for the town for a special event. George made a motion to approve. I want a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, they're approved. Okay, we've got two that are related here. Review and approve the 79F farm structure assessment application. Two of them, two Connolly.
Yeah, these should have been on the books from a long time ago, but since they weren't, we're just catching up and getting the proper paperwork filled out. This has to go to the registry of deeds as well. I still don't have the LUCT. Evan is sending me one more piece of information, but he doesn't see it changing very much from the original one. So I'm just doing this is a separate thing, getting these farm things filled so that you won't have anything on the other property. One property is fine, just have to get this form sent in the deed updated. So the second one, he's still saying that, you know, it's gonna change it by 0.25 only. So it's not gonna change the value of the LUCT. I just don't have his final letter on that yet. So that will be another meeting that we'll be talking about that. So this is just for the PA 48s that you filled out
Right.
to get them in the files and registered.
Just the LUCT on 14 acres, is that what they're?
Yeah, I don't have that yet. What he's saying in his recommendation here is that only 0.25 has. He said there's one more thing coming, so I just want to wait till he sends it to me before, but this is not the LUCT at this point. This is just the farm structure form. So prior to putting that on the agenda, I will let you know the minute I get it and tell you what he's saying for the
So
LUCT.
he hasn't done anything on that property then yet,
Right.
I thought he did on this letter, but he told me to hold off. He's got one more thing he wants to send me, so.
Right.
This is just to get these PA 48s in your file and registered. That's all this is. The LUCT is still coming, so.
So we don't have to do this one.
You do need to sign these so that I can get them to the registry, but this is just a form that says he qualifies for
Right.
whatever, so that's what we're talking about today. And when the LUCT comes, we will have to
Right,
talk about that again, because he said it's not gonna change by very much.
right. So to summarize, this is not going to affect anything other than getting you officially documented as you was supposed to have been already, but we never got around to it. Yeah. Nope. Nope.
Well, he hasn't sent the LUCT yet, so we don't know.
Yeah, he thinks it's gonna change by 0.25 acres, which is ultimately not gonna change the total amount of the bill. But he's gonna send me something else, so I'm just waiting for that, and I'll send you a copy of everything once I get it.
Sure.
And I'll let you know when it'll be on the agenda.
Thank you, guys.
All righty.
You're welcome.
See you next time. We have an LUCT from Timberdoodle Drive, Canoni. Canoni.
He's gonna decide to-
Yeah, there's two of them, yeah, this where this one sticky is.
Gotta do better thing.
And we're only signing one of these, Carol, is not true here, like you said.
George has the second one. They're two different
Oh,
properties,
okay.
so there's separate ones.
What, everybody's leaving?
And we asked Mr. Torphy what he came for.
Yeah, I wondered, yeah.
Oh, this must have been on that too. That was
Okay.
too.
All right, just a minute.
It's just that one page. I just have a lot of backup from before that I want to keep it all together, so don't worry about anything else, just this. this.
Okay.
You guys want to sweep the floor after we leave? Yeah, we usually do that stuff.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah,
You're
clean the
right,
windshield
yes.
while you got it out there too. Bill, did you want anything? Or are you just stopping by to?
We're
Okay,
gonna-
We allow public comment after the meeting's over.
He can do public comment if he wants to at the end. Okay.
okay. For anyone that happens to be listening, we're back to our normal, nobody here.
So you guys have motion to sign this new form, did you?
Yeah, I think we moved it. I'll do it again in case we didn't. I moved that we we approve the 279F forms for Connolly. Is there a second?
Second,
All in favor? Aye. So now it's either approved or approved twice. I can't even remember at this point. So now we've got this LUCT for Canoni.
is this for the clubhouse or is this,
No, I don't know who Canoni,
Like
which one?
Oh,
26 Timberdoodle.
John Canoni.
26
Yeah,
Timberdoodle. All right,
Maybe
must-
Farm.
so this is the,
Yeah. Oh, I know what this is. Right. The guy that bought the Timberdoodle clubhouse that's on Webster,
yeah,
it wants to cut a bunch of trees out behind it.
yeah, but this isn't that. This is a LUCT,
Yeah, because now
because Randy must have,
the acreage is not 10
Right.
contiguous acres anymore, now that this person owns 7.76 acres.
Right. It was split off.
So now he has to pay them.
Yeah, but it's not the tree cutting, but it's when he sold the place, he only sold part of the 10 acres. We will be getting a timber cut from the guy though, at some point.
so motion to accept this LUCT,
Second,
All in favor?
aye,
How much money we getting?
$2,100.
I got some land I could sell for that kind of prices.
Yeah. Okay, next up would be select board minute approval, but we've got a bunch of other business, so let's do the other business first. We have set the tax rate for the coming year.
You could put that in for me.
The tax rate for the coming year will be 3.78 cents per thousand. I move that we set that as the tax rate. Is there a second?
Second,
All in favor? Aye.
aye,
For those listening, the tax rate last year was 5.83, so we've cut it substantially. The total town tax rate, including the school and the county last year, was 24.79. This year it'll be 15.98. Now, these are somewhat tentative because the state might well fiddle some of this, but this is generally what it's going to be. Okay, next up, I move that we approve the renewal of the contract with our auditors. Is there a second?
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
I move that we approve renewal of our contract with Primex, our insurance company. Is there a second?
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
I move that we renew our contract with School Care for our employee insurance. Is there a second?
second,
All in favor?
aye.
That's it for other business. Anybody else got anything before we do minutes? Okey dokey. Next up,
Sign that.
oh. Next up, minutes from October 22nd.
I have one correction to make.
Okay,
Under number 2, the 6th line down, which says flashing speed signs, which according to Zell cost a lot of money. Connolly noted she has not seen any accidents.
That's the only thing I saw.
Okay.
Motion to accept as amended.
Sec- all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, minutes from November.
One other thing I wanted to mention.
Okay,
On page 2, on the discussed town well repair invoice. Ken talked about we needed a town-wide maintenance budget. I looked up here and in my nice book that knowing the territory, under RSA 31:98-A and RSA 32:11. It reads contingency funds. Towns may establish a contingency fund by an article in the warrant for the annual meeting. This fund may be used by the governing body during the year to meet the cost of unanticipated expenses that may arise during that year. The fund may not exceed 1% of the amount appropriated by the town during the preceding year, excluding capital expenditures and debt service. A detailed report of all expenditures from the contingency fund must be made each year by the select board and published in the annual report. I think that for some reason, they did away with contingency funds in Temple.
yeah, so,
Rather than maintenance fund, I think we should have a contingency fund.
okay,
For one reason, I talked to Ed Holtz the other day, and I said, would he was over what, $2,000? I said, Ed, you're gonna get paid somehow, we're gonna get you paid. And then there was another one that we had a problem with. Was it the library?
The library
Yeah.
fence and then the well fence.
Yes. Well, if we had a contingency fund, then we could put like $5,000 and it could just sit there. That's like, if you go over budget on, say, repairs on the fire department, fire truck or something like that.
We have,
We wouldn't have to go trying to rob one of the other committees that have already had a budget.
right, but we have already set up one for the fire department and highway.
Okay,
They already have a maintenance fund.
but we didn't have one for the homes.
No, and we don't have one for town maintenance either.
Right,
So that's an issue.
that's why I think that maybe we should get a warrant article and a thing for next year. Everybody aboard on that?
yeah, BACs and the CIP both want something, so we'll
Yeah.
do something.
Yes, and according to what you just read, we can only make it grow 1% per year,
Yeah, I have
which,
this is right out of the book. so-
I mean, it's fine if we have an established amount in there that's enough, but maybe we should just put it into we'll have to look into that contingency.
Right.
I don't know about that word. I think we have to look up that word and make sure that we're,
This
Yeah.
is 2016 too, and there might be a newer model.
Is contingent on some emergency repair or
Right.
something like that.
right, no, I get that part, but the 1% kind of bothers me, because if we run into a problem and we can only do 1%, so say we have $5,000 in there, and then we come out, 4,999, we have $1 in there, we can only put 33 cents in there, or 30 cents, whatever it is, for the next year, which does not compute
Yeah, we'll work this out.
to me, but I think
Well,
we should get with the lawyer and find out what
Yeah, we'll talk to the,
would be better, is
The state.
contingency fee or some kind of,
a maintenance fund like we have for
a
everybody
maintenance
else would
fund,
be.
yeah, for
would work.
software, for general
General,
maintenance.
Unanticipated.
Yeah.
Right, general unanticipated,
we're allowed to go into the unexpended fund
Fund
balance.
balance.
Yeah.
One that isn't.
Yeah,
if we have a maintenance fund, there's no limit to what we can put in there. It's just whatever the town approves. Anyway, this should all be a separate discussion.
Something we should consider.
Yep. Okay, minutes for November 9th. No, 5th.
that was our voting
Right.
day meeting.
Yep,
Minutes, I had no changes
I have no changes.
Move to accept.
as written.
As
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're done. Anybody got anything else?
Say, months ago that you guys were gonna talk about giving the highway raises.
They have well, nothing other than the normal cost of living raise we do. They set their own, I mean, Kent has a pay schedule.
We
It's
we
just
will
a-
have to review the third guy's pay.
Right, but Kent's got to tell us what to,
Should give that, just- Meeting of the-
I don't remember, but Kent's the one that's got to drive this.
Yeah, ask Kent for recommendations. And he knows what everybody gets paid, and he knows where, what I feel. Cause I don't want 3 getting close to 2,
Right,
and I don't want 2 getting close to 1.
right.
And I think there's some leeway in there, and whatever that is, I'm sure we can work that out.
You get a pair of dice.
But,
Huh?
I mean, the budget's
Get a
set
pair
now.
of dice.
Pair of
Not in
dice, yeah.
there.
Yeah,
It's not paradise, a pair
a
of.
pair of dice,
We
yeah.
set the budget.
And the other thing too, that's a
Oh,
budget.
yeah, but we can modify the budget, but the
It-
tax rate's based on the budget.
It's a budget thing. But I don't think the difference is gonna be
Not much.
substantial according to the budget.
No,
What did the budget committee, did they come up with any ideas on that?
No, but we've asked for 3%. I asked for 3%.
Yep.
I don't know what they're,
Phil's gotta do
they're
this.
scaling it on.
You're
Yeah.
asking for 3%.
I asked them
Yeah.
to put in 3% into the budget.
I agree.
okay.
So, I mean, because of inflation, because of
Right.
everything else.
That's
So
right.
I already asked them to put that in.
Yeah.
So they were gonna put that in.
That covers select board too.
I believe so, because of the, because we're on that list.
Right.
Yep, we told them 3%.
So we haven't made it official. But to give them something to go on, that's what I asked them to do. So now,
Okay.
once they give us that rate and give us the budget, we can sit down and say, and put it on the agenda as to what we want to do for
Right.
that, whether it would be 1% or whether it would be the 3%.
Yeah.
But we're covered right now up to 3%.
Okay.
Okay, anybody got anything else?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Good night, everyone.